Hey, everybody, welcome. This is Dr. Levi with your show, The Dr. Levi Show. Today is the 10th of August, 2016. Beautiful day here in Los Angeles. So I believe wherever you are today, you're making it a great day. We have a wonderful lineup for you today. We got a great guy on who's going to talk about his life, talk about his profession, but more importantly, talk about what makes him the great man that we believe that he is. Because he lives in the essence of greatness, of good, of community service, of activism, as well as advocacy. So he's really someone that I really appreciate taking the time to come here today, and we're going to talk to him momentarily. Now, I also want to say that this is a major shout out today. One of my favorite times of the year, the Olympics. So, the American gymnastics team, the ladies they're just doing it. So I want to say to all the Olympians, not only the winners, but everyone who competes as an Olympian, they really are champions, all of them, because it takes so much commitment, so much dedication to actually take this part of your life and dedicate it to being not just an athlete, but a great and a phenomenal athlete. So the Olympians from all over the world, I salute you, and I just love the Olympics. I can't say anything else. And Michael Phelps, again, most decorated Olympian now, over 21, I think now it's 21 or 22 gold medals. Can you imagine that? Someone's been in the Olympics, 4 different Olympics. Just amazing. So I just want to say to all Olympians, keep on doing it because the world is better because of your collegiality, your leadership, and of course, your competition. It reminds us that we can dream big, have big hopes, and do what we can to make our lives phenomenal. Now, when it comes to phenomenal, let's talk about a man who is the Glenn Davis Award winner. He's someone that played for the Washington Redskins. He is right now a defensive coach at Bishop Alemany High School in Mission Hills, California. He's someone that has, I believe, a very inspiring story with respect to how do you conquer obstacles in your life? How do you make your life work for you? How do you, the old adage we say, how do you make lemonade out of lemons? Well, he's someone who has shown us how to do that, and he's done it with great humbleness. He's done it with great strength, and he's done it with a great sense of knowing that as a man, people look up to him, and he's a big man, slightly bigger than me. So I want to welcome to the show today Brigham Harwell. So Brigham, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, let's talk about you. You've had a very amazing life. So I want to talk about your life as a child, and then I want to talk about where you are today. Because I want people to really get an understanding of how you made it. Definitely. Because what you did wasn't easy. You had many, many challenges. So what was life like growing up? Because you have your 6 brothers, your 2 sisters. What was that like?
Wow. It was a challenging at times. Yes. My dad left early. He moved to Indiana. Yes. And it was just my mom with all of us. So yes. We struggled a lot. Yes. At times it was fun because we have all my brothers and sisters. We played, fight, go on the streets, do certain things. But my mom, she had a hell of a challenge, and she did her best. Yes. And it was tough growing up.
So she raised you as a single mom.
Definitely raised me as a single mom. At some point, I think all of her kids, when they got old enough, they moved out because it was just too tough. Yes. And we had great people around us who able to take care of us and welcome us to their home.
Absolutely. Well, so you look at your mom, she was one of your greatest heroes.
Definitely. My mom, she just passed last year.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so it was tough. But, with her growing up, seeing how she did it, it's not easy raising 9 kids on your own. And she did her best. She did the best she could. Yes. And definitely appreciate her every day. I think about it every day.
Of course.
So every day is always easy for me because she did so much for us. We miss her every day, but she was a great woman.
Of course. When you think about your mom, being such an extraordinary woman to raise 9 kids by herself, what do you think she imparted to you? Do you think it was her strength, her courage, her work ethic, her faith? What did she give you that makes you the great man that you are today?
I think all of the above. I think we started off, every night we prayed. We got on her bed and we kneeled down, and yes. Our Father who art in heaven, every day she always said that, and we always prayed together.
Yes.
She was such an educated woman. She had her master's in education.
Yes.
So everything she did, we all looked up to her. We saw the fight she had every day,
yes.
provide for us food. The crazy thing about this, my mom, is, we were so poor, but we never lived in the ghetto.
Yes.
And
yes.
so whether we lived in the hotel and we lived in like Arcadia or
yes.
nice cities,
yes.
whether we are homeless. We lived in the streets where it's
Right,
nice, you know.
right.
So she made sure that we never saw that part of that kind of living, you know, even though
Yes.
we're homeless and we struggled, but you know, we were in nice areas.
Yes. Where do you think your mother got her strength from?
You know, I don't know too much about my mom's background. I never had a chance. That's the one thing I do regret. I really wanted to learn more about her life. You know, she's really sheltered when she never wanted to share her past.
Her story.
Yeah, so we still have answers, we still have questions about that, and it's unfortunately we're not able to find out. But I just know how she was with her faith and just how much she put forth to all of her kids, and she made sure that we are all taken care of.
So she's a very loving, very giving, very supportive mother.
Definitely. Oh man, before she passed away, she always called me sometimes and say, "Bridgie, are you praying on our Father?" And you know, she's always, she always kept that going. She always wanted to know, what I'm doing and stuff like that. You know, even though she was struggling, but she called all her kids. You know, she was so special woman and amazing woman.
No, when you look at the impact your mother has on your life, what do you feel you can extend to other people to help their lives?
Honestly, I from what I took from my mom was, just never give up.
Yes.
Always just keep working hard. She was the main person of just hard work and dedication.
So just incredible work ethic.
Incredible. I use that on the football field in high school and college and my pro time. Honestly, I thought about her every day before I walked on the field, before I went to the classroom, before anything. I just remembered what we went through and what she would tell me, before I go to a football game. My mom, she hated crowds.
Yes.
So she wasn't able to go to my games, but she would give me a call before the games and just we'll pray on the phone or stuff like that. So she was just so encouraging.
Right. What about your brothers and sisters? How were they doing this time? These were challenging times, not just for you, but for the other 8 kids.
Definitely. It was definitely challenging. My brother, Joseph Williams, he's the oldest one.
Yes.
Without him, I don't think I'll be here today. I
Really?
don't know where I'll be. As in ninth grade, I remember I walked on his footsteps like a movie.
Yes.
It was raining and everything, and I was homeless at the time. And I promised, Joe, can I please stay here?
Right.
I need a place to stay. I said, if I could stay here and go to school, I promise you I'll go to college.
Yes.
I just need a place to stay. I was cold, and he's like, come on in.
Really?
Because my brother, he had 2 kids at the time,
Yes.
and his wife was pregnant with twins. So he
Wow.
had a 2-bedroom house. So it wasn't no room for me.
Right.
And I remember, Joe and my brother Joe and his wife Jamila. I remember it was tough, to let me stay in their house, but they did. And I promised him, and I came up with my promise. Yeah.
And how long did you stay with them?
I stayed with them 4 years, all through my high school career.
That's pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, it was definitely great. So prior to my brother, I was on and off living with friends and
Yes.
living the streets on my own, being a
Yes.
rebel. But without my brother, again, I wouldn't be
there.
Yeah.
Now what about high school? What was high school like for you? Because you did a lot of great playing in high school as a player.
Definitely. High school, that was the best 4 years of my life, to be honest with you.
What was Coach Glenn like, too? I want to hear about him later.
My head coach?
So, your head coach. I
Okay,
wanna hear
yeah.
about him, too.
So, yeah, definitely. So, I'll go back to my high school career. It was amazing. My brother really was so strong on me. He was so hard on me. He made sure Saturday mornings I wake up early, cut the grass, do the dish, everything. My freshman, sophomore year, I wasn't allowed to watch TV.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't watch TV.
That's good.
My grades were, I had a straight A student. My
great.
brother was so hard on me, and I appreciate that. High school was great. I had great friends. Football was amazing. That was my outlet for so many things. But high school, looking back on it, that was the best time of my life.
Do you look at football and your involvement with football as sort of a sacred event, like a place where you feel like you're closest to being of just great service to the community and to other people?
Oh, definitely. Honestly, the things we did in high school with my coaches, what they did, we were able to give back and go to hospitals or talk to other youth. And I was able to use my high school fame a little bit for that. But, it was great seeing young kids look up to me. And it's a great thing. Football, I tell my kids now, football is more than life, and it gives you so many opportunities. And I used that in high school. I knew this was my way of getting what I want, getting an education in college. So I took that. My head coach, Coach Gano, he did a great thing for me. But my position coach, Coach Howing, without him, I wouldn't have gone to college. He was like my agent pretty much in high school. He sent out information to colleges because I was undersized. I'm short when it comes to football, and all he told me was, Brigham, if you get to the quarterback and get quarterback sacks and make tackles, I'll get you to college.
Right.
And so every year I had like 20 some sacks every year.
Right,
and
every year.
so he did a great thing for me, and I still to this day I thank him to this day.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So you went from Los Altos High School to UCLA. Now I want to hear about the UCLA experience. That had to be phenomenal.
Man.
So don't forget, I went to Notre Dame. So
okay.
we're rivals.
Okay. I got something for that then.
Okay, I got something for that too. Okay.
Oh man. So actually, so prior to going to UCLA, it was really tough of choosing a college.
Yes.
I had
And why did you not choose Notre Dame? What was the issue?
They didn't offer me. So but my whole thing is I committed to UCLA early as a junior.
Yes.
So my senior year, a lot of colleges say they just played back, and
Right.
I don't want them anymore.
Right.
But before committing to UCLA or signing my letter of intent, it was between UCLA and Arizona State, and I ended up choosing UCLA because my brother wanted me to go there, and I looked up to him so much. My brother's like my hero, my idol. So whatever he said, I was like, I'm all for it. So he wanted me to go to UCLA. Going there, wow, it was fun. I'm telling you, the best 4 years of my life.
And what made it fun? Was the people? Was the atmosphere? Was your independence being on campus? What made it that fun experience for you? Was it the academic challenge?
I think it was everything, to be honest with you, because going there, I had my own dorm, so
you had privacy.
I can live, I can do that, I can watch TV, I can play video games. But honestly, just playing football there, the campus was beautiful.
Yes.
Just being friends with the players on the football team. It was a great experience. I mean, it didn't start off great. My freshman year, I had surgery. And then
that's when you had the MCL
injury. Yeah. Yes. So I missed pretty much all of camp, and then when the season started, I was thrown in here and there, and then week 6, I was able to start versus Cal Berkeley versus Aaron Rodgers. Actually, I never forget that.
Really?
And I knew, wow, I got a lot of work to do because man, I was undersized, small, but it really molded me. And then dealing with education, it was really hard. I mean, UCLA education.
You have to study. I mean,
Yes.
you're looked upon as an athlete as well as a scholar.
Definitely.
So it's not one or the other. You have to do both to play properly.
Definitely, and it was really a struggle, but so many times I was able to go to office hours to the professors and plead my case about, I'm a freshman starting on the football team, and this is, it's hard for me to catch up with certain classes, but all the professors were great, but it is challenging doing both.
To be.
Because, I mean, your whole day schedule from 6 a.m. to 8, you're lifting weights, then from 8 to 12, you're in classroom, and then from 12 to 2, you're watching film, and then from 3 to 6, you're in practice, and then from 6 to 9:30ish, you're in tutoring.
Everything is
every
structured.
day, so
that's very intense.
Definitely,
because there's really no private life there. Your life is about giving to the university. They said we want you here, and you went on full scholastic athletic scholarship.
Yes, very blessed.
So you had to do.
Oh yeah,
you had to do it. You couldn't have like some D's and some F's.
No.
That wasn't going to rock.
Wasn't going to rock. Definitely. And some players were able to, they fell off or they lost their scholarship because of academic stuff. So
you don't want to do that.
Yeah, my brother would have been very upset. So
you'd have been upset at yourself.
Yeah, myself too. Yeah, definitely.
When you were there, when it was challenging, even because academically, UCLA, like Notre Dame, it's intense. Academic, you have to commit to it. You have to study. You have to do the work. Because in the end, you have to take the test.
Definitely.
Not anyone else. Your name is on there. Your social security number. You have to take the test.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, what do you think kept driving you to do well academically when you got there? Because you get there. Some people get there, like you said earlier, some of the guys fell off the wagon. They didn't do as well academically. But you got there, you did the work, achieved scholastically, achieved athletically, and kept achieving. What kept driving you?
Well, honestly, I think it was my 2 younger brothers, Brent and Byron. They had it the worst, actually growing up and everything.
Brent and Byron, they're at Fresno State,
Fresno
right?
State, yeah. Yes. One of them, they both graduated with their bachelors, and then one of them's going to graduate with their masters.
That's fantastic.
So, yeah, definitely. So it's a whole segment with them, too. But they really kept me motivated. I felt like if I could do it, they could do it.
Right.
And so there's times I brought them to my classrooms to see the whole college experience when they're in high school. So they loved it. So honestly, I dedicated every game to them, every day to them, because we struggled together growing up. So they saw me what I did, so they wanted to do the same thing.
Which is great. What did your mom think when this was going on? She had to be very proud of you to see that you went from this incredible struggle and hardship that she helped to propel you to go forward, and now she's seeing you at a different phase of your life as this young, growing, successful man. What was her experience? What did she talk about?
Oh man, she was so happy. I remember I'll never forget this day she came to my practice and she saw me do what I do and balling out and everything, and then after practice she started broke down and cried, and she said, "Brigham, I would never thought you'll be like this."
Really?
Yeah, because growing up, I told my mom, one day I'm gonna play NFL. I'm gonna be a big time football player.
Right.
And then I used to carry the grocery home to lift weights. So I
Yeah,
always wanted,
exactly.
so
Doing shrugs.
Yeah. So and for her seeing it full circle and seeing me earning a full scholarship to UCLA was huge, because there's a point when I couldn't even read. Coming to my freshman year, I couldn't read in high school. So coming from that to high school to going to UCLA and excelling, it was just amazing. So my mom, she was just so proud. I'll never forget that day. I showed her in the locker room and I showed her around campus. And that day, I always remember that day, because
that has
she
to be
was so
very
proud.
special.
Definitely. I showed her like the whole backstage pass, and she loved it. And she had no idea how university is, how beautiful it is. And that day, I always remember that.
That's just fantastic, man. And what about your father? Was he ever aware of your great successes? Would he ever acknowledge that and bring you back into his life, or you into his?
My dad was, I gotta say, he's a tough love guy. I didn't really have a great relationship with him. Right. He came to, every year he'll come to a game. He lives in Indiana, so once a year he'll come to a football game. Yes. When we played Notre Dame, he went to that game.
Oh, really? Who won that game?
You guys did.
Okay,
Notre
that's
Dame.
per usual.
Well, let me tell you why.
No. We
Okay?
don't need to know the why. We just know, was there a W or was there a loss? Okay,
we should have won that game,
but
yeah.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Excuse me. Okay, no, sorry about that.
that game still hurts. It still stinks.
Okay, whatever you say.
Oh, man.
Whatever you got to tell yourself. Go ahead.
Oh, man. But
yes, Brigham.
My dad was really tough.
Right.
Again, he left when I was young, and then we really didn't get a chance to get a relationship with him. But
did he try to reach out to you to build that bridge to come back, or did he do more of the Trump wall thing?
Yeah, Trump wall thing. That's pretty much what he did. He'll call once every so often, but I had my brother. Joe was like my dad to me.
Yes.
He always told me, change your last name to Williams. I'm like, Joe, I can't do that, but no, my brother Joe, he means the world to me. So he was my father figure, and still to this day. But my dad, again, he was just tough love, and he didn't really know how to
how to do it.
Yeah, how to do it.
Yeah,
he didn't know how to do it, but it's okay. It's okay.
It's interesting. My dad. My dad passed about 4 or 5 years ago. In the same way, he abandoned my family when we were young, my sister and my mom and I. But I always look back and I think that he just didn't know how to love because his mom and dad didn't teach him how to love.
I think that was the case.
Yeah, so sometimes I think we have to just actually forgive them and love them where they are, because how can you give what you don't have access to?
Definitely.
And I've always, initially I used to have like a lot of resentment about it. Like, how could you make us, you made me and my sister, and then you're going to just abandon us?
Right.
Well, I understand you said you don't want the wife. I understand when the wife walks away, she says, I don't want the husband. Okay, when you have kids, when you leave us, we feel abandoned. We feel like, what did we do wrong? It's a very deep hole. I don't know if it ever gets filled. I don't know.
Definitely. Yeah, it was so hard, because I was looking at my other teammates and everything. Their fathers and moms going to their games, and and when it come to me, I was doing so many great things and accomplishing so many goals and earning all these awards, and my dad just didn't not there. My mom, I understand with my mom,
she had to work. She was working.
She was doing her thing, and so it's. It is what it is,
Now, was your father aware, like you won the Glenn Davis Award? He's aware of those things? He's aware of all the CFI, Division VI championships you had?
To this day, I don't think my dad understands how like what I've done football-wise, what I accomplished. I don't think he understands.
But it's phenomenal, though.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal, bottom line.
Yeah. It's tough, because I really wish I could explain it to him, but he doesn't get it. I could tell him, I was a player of the year in California. I was the first team all Pac-10 in college. I did this. He's still like,
doesn't get it,
but it's okay, because I have enough family members with my brother who understand, like, wow. So they fulfill that void for me.
What is it like when you're around your nieces and your nephews, who see you?
They are they're wild. They're a wild bunch. Right. They're crazy, but they love it. I remember them coming to my games, and they thought I was some kind of superstar. They see me on Jumbotron on Saturday, or I'm sorry, Sunday mornings. I'm on the newspaper. Like, oh my God, my uncle's the star.
Exactly.
So they loved it. Even to this day, I love having them over, spend time with them, playing video games, stuff like that. But they had an amazing time.
Fantastic
during my experience playing football. So.
Well, and then you went from UCLA to you played for a year with the Washington Redskins.
Mm-hmm.
What was that experience like? Was there a lot of joy and disappointment there?
Both.
What was that like?
Oh man, I remember, once I signed that contract and I went for mini camps and all that. It was again, it was a great experience because I was in a locker room with players that I looked up to.
Right.
And I watched Clam Portis, you know, and
These are icons.
yeah, guys that are wow.
Yes.
They did a great, you know, they
Great
did a great
careers.
great definitely. So it was it was a bittersweet because I didn't get a chance to do what I wanted to do at that level,
Right.
you know, with the Redskins, and I felt like I was cut short,
Yes.
you know, because in the NFL, man, it's a business, as you know.
Yes, it is.
And I was competing against guys that are, you know, been in the league for 4 or 5 years, and I think it was myself and some other rookie that came, and we didn't get the reps that we wanted to get.
Right.
I didn't get the chance to show what I got, you know, and being only 6'1", I was like 295 at the time.
Right.
You know, they kept thinking, "Are you a fullback?" I'm like, "No, I'm a defensive
You're a
tackle."
defensive tackle.
And they're like, "Oh no," you know. So right then and there, I was like, "Oh man, I have an uphill battle." You know, it was the same through high school, same through college. So I knew I was gonna have to fight for it. So it was bittersweet. You know, it was fun while it lasted and everything. And I thought once I got released, I was able to get back with someone else. I had a couple of tryouts with the Buffalo Bills.
Yes.
I had a couple of tryouts, but nothing ever panned out. And then the UFL opened up, and that was the main experience. And the UFL, I'm not sure if everyone knows about that. It's a football league. It's the same as NFL, same rules. You know, I played at Giant Stadium, our home game, stuff like that. So I played with the New York Sentinels. I was there for 2 years, and I played with Hall of Famer Simeon Rice. That was a great experience. Learned so much from him. You know, so it was fun while it lasted again. But again, it was a business. You know,
it is a business.
I remember my roommate in college. You know, if you have, at the pro level, if you have a bad practice or a bad game, they really send you home. So you're not in control of your job pretty much. So that's the most frustrating part of it. You know, so I knew when I walked away from football, I wanted to do something that I have control of my job. So that was the toughest part, walking away from football. 2 years with Sentinels, and I did a year with arena football with the Spokane Shock.
What was that experience like with the
It was
arena?
cold as I watched it.
I know it was.
So, and then as a defensive player, playing arena football, it's not really for you. It's more of like a linebacker, quarterback, wide receiver league. Defensive line, you're just pounding every play.
Every play.
Yeah. So I knew, okay, this is not for me. I think it's time for me to hang this up. You know, it was fun while it lasted. Blessed. I was able to travel, meet new people, do great things. So at the same time, I just knew it was time.
Well, how do you feel now you made this transition from that part of your life now to the defensive coach at Bishop Alemany High School?
You know, honestly, all the whole learning experience with my playing career, I balled it all up, and I'm able to use it with the kids that I work with now. It was a long journey. You know, I did so many things prior to Bishop Alemany. I worked as a teacher. I worked at UCLA, and now at Alemany, I'm able to do things. It's a top-notch program. We're Division I. I think we're second in the country as our league. So
it's pretty phenomenal.
Yeah. So yeah, we have some top players in our league and everything. So I love it there. Second year, we're being able to coach players that want to go to that level that I went to. That are hungry enough. It's a great experience. They come to work every day. Like I tell the kids every day at my school, every day is an interview. So act like every day's an interview. Act like it. Yeah.
This is true.
So they're on time. They do certain things to make yourself a better player.
So, and when you're molding these young minds, what are some of the principles that you teach them? Because you had great teachers.
I did.
So, I mean, not only your mom, who was a great teacher, and your brother, but also a great coach like Coach
Howling. Yeah.
Great. And you had access to all this knowledge. Now you have to impart that to other people and lovingly. Because if it's too intense, they will resent you.
Definitely. Yeah.
You know, so it's a very funny and funky balance to get that to them where they receive it.
Right, definitely. So like I know when I gotta pick and choose my battles when I talk to them. So I have my teaching moments, I have my coaching moments. So there's so many times. So I'm able to tell the students there or the kids, the athletes there about my playing time and stuff like that, and then how life-wise where I gotta be on time, gotta be prompt, you gotta do certain things. So these kids, man, it's amazing. That's why I kind of want to do this for life, because I think coaching high school kids, they're able to absorb and listen. They listen to you, you know, and they respect the heck out of you, you know. And
I think the key thing when I've worked with high school kids, high school students, if there's respect, everything is fine.
Yes.
But if they don't respect you, or if they feel you don't respect them, that you're talking down to them, game over. Oh yeah, you lose them.
Definitely.
Because they get that at home already.
Yes.
Where they're not respected, they're not loved, they're not listened to. They're thought of being less than. They get that from some of their classmates, you know, because they don't have the clothes or the shoes or the social media following.
Right.
They get that. So I think for the coach, you really have to bring it. You have to bring the love, bring the forgiveness, bring the discipline, and then bring the knowledge and the acceptance.
Definitely, yeah. To them, I always tell them, like, you know, I'm not here to be your friend, but I'm your brother, you know. And we teach at our school with the football team. It's a brotherhood. whenever they need me. I mean, there's sometimes kids text me at 10 o'clock at night about a question. I'm there. I'm always there for them. That's the number one thing. I think they respect that the most.
They do.
So whenever they need anything, I'm always there for them, and they love that. So
and they also love, I'm sure, the fact that you are authentic about it. You're doing this because you want to do it. You don't have to do it. I mean, you have a degree in history. You could go and teach if you want.
Right.
You're doing it because you are committed to their higher education and their athleticism.
Definitely.
I think it's phenomenal.
Yeah, I think when I finished playing football, I knew I wanted to give back, and that's why I also started my training company, Trench Hogs.
We're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
I have a lot of questions about that.
Yeah, so I definitely wanted to give back because honestly, man, from what I saw growing up, my childhood was rugged, and then my experience and what football done for me, and what football did for me, I just wanted to show these kids, wow, like this is what you can go through too.
Yes.
Because there's some kids that I coach that have tough,
of course,
families divorced or living with people. So I let them know like this is not it for you. You can make a change, but it has to start with you. So these kids are, I'm telling you, man, I wish you could see this. It's amazing. These kids are amazing. So definitely appreciate them.
That's really great. Now, what about your life with your new wife, Denise Acuna?
Oh, wow,
Let's hear
Denise,
about that.
I love you, girl. Oh, wow, she's an amazing woman. Honestly, wow, I met her when I was teaching at elementary school. I walked in her classroom, and she was a fine Latina. I was like, wow, my God.
Oh my God.
I was like, I gotta find her. I gotta talk to her somehow, somewhere. Time went on. I played it smooth, and then around January, February of 2014, I told her, hey, I know she's a big time UCLA fan.
Right.
So my way to talk to her, I was like, hey, I would love to invite you to a football game. I'll take you to the alumni tailgate. I was like, alumni. She loved it. So we started talking like that, and we started dating, and wow, and 2 years later, we're married. Yeah.
It's fantastic.
She's amazing. She got her master's recently in education at CSUN.
Yes.
She's a great woman. Wow. Latina, they take care of their man. I come home, cook a meal, it's clean all the time. She's always there for me. She's
a good loving partner.
Great man, great woman. I wouldn't be who I am today without her. She's a better half. She's my everything.
That is fantastic, man.
Yeah.
So what about the kids? When are they coming next year?
Oh man, we're trying. We just bought a house in Santa Clarita. Actually, we just signed papers on Monday.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah,
congratulations!
Yeah, thank you so much.
Great,
yes.
great.
Yeah,
man.
so we got a big 4-bedroom house, so we're gonna have kids eventually. God willing. So we're looking forward to. Right now, we're trying to get this house ready, and we go from there.
I'm just curious about one other little odd question. Who does the cooking?
Oh, she does. She
really?
does. Yeah, she does. She's a great cook. She's all the little Mexican food for me, and some stuff she cooked recently was so good. I can't pronounce it, but
it had to be mole. Was it
mole? Something like ceviche and some good stuff. Yeah, it was really good. She's a great cook. Great
fantastic.
cook. Yeah.
What is it like when you're with her family?
Oh my gosh, they always pressure me to learn Spanish.
So you're learning?
I'm trying to learn. I'm like little poquito.
I know about that too.
Yeah. So, her family's great. She comes from a father, and her mom and dad are wonderful people. Her dad's story really. We come from the same upbringing, pretty much. He migrated from Mexico. And this dude, he's amazing. Ishmael, he's a great person. He provides for his family.
That's Ishmael Acuna.
Yeah, Ishmael Acuna. Yeah, he's a great man. We have these talks here and there, and man, he came from nothing, and he has a lot now. So he's an amazing person, and I look up to him a lot too.
So isn't that interesting that sometimes we can find a greater connection with someone else's father to father us versus our blood fathers? Isn't that interesting?
Yes, it's really interesting. It really is, because right away I got a connection with him, and he always asks me to come to lunch or everything. And he's a great person, so I love being around him a lot.
But it also shows that we attract to us what we are and what we need and what we can teach and what we can learn.
Definitely, that's really interesting. Yeah.
It's fantastic, man. Well, I want to know, what do you see for your life 5 years from now? And then I want to hear what you see 10 years from now.
5 years from now,
I have you back on the show in 5 years.
Oh, definitely.
Now, how are the kids? How are the twins?
Yeah, definitely. Well, twins, they do run our family. So.
Oh, you're gonna get them. I see. It's gonna happen. We're gonna laugh about it.
5 years from now, definitely. I definitely want to be a head coach in high school. In 5 years from now, I want to go back to school to get my master's.
Great.
Most importantly, I just want to have a healthy relationship with my wife, and I hope to have kids, and keep doing what we're doing. We have I've been so blessed this past few years. I can't even tell you, Levi. It's so blessed, man. Life has been so blessing. Yes, I can't. I remember I could look back and not knowing what I'm gonna eat or eating ice for dinner or eating oatmeal pies for dinner. So now I'm eating steak and shrimp every day, or and living, and now I have a big home. It just. I can't. Sometimes I cry at night, like, damn, this is, man, my life changed so quick. Met a beautiful woman, bought a house, got
Right.
an awesome job,
Right.
like, nice car. I don't know what to do now. Like, this is just amazing.
Well, I think you're doing it because you live in this life of great service. You live in this space of ever-expanding gratitude. You live in this place of understanding that you're worthy and that the universe is working for you.
Definitely.
And that your mom is always walking by your
Definitely.
side and that she's so proud of you and that you can do this and that your mom gave you all these wonderful principles of life. Because
Definitely.
without her, you'd be a very different person.
Yes,
Without your
definitely.
wonderful brother, you'd be a very different person.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I think I love hearing your story because it will impart so much hope to other people who are thinking that, how can I get through this? They're going to hear, they'll think, wow, Harwell did it.
Yeah.
Brigham did it.
Definitely.
Well, just maybe I'll try.
Yeah.
Just to try is hope.
Definitely, definitely. And I could tell myself, whenever I had a hard time or struggled,
Right.
I said, this is just the moment. This moment's going to pass.
Yes, it will.
So whenever my brothers or my nephews they go through a hard time, like, this is just a moment. This moment's going to pass. There's better days ahead of you. Just keep focused.
Absolutely.
And it happens up. It always happens
It always
the best
does.
way for them.
Always does.
Yeah.
Now, what about your family? How do they enjoy your success? I mean, I'm
Oh,
sure
my
your
gosh.
sisters and brothers. I mean, that's a wonderful family.
Yes,
Now,
yes.
you know what else I want to hear about too? I want to hear about what is Christmas like? Because I would think Christmas with all those brothers and sisters should be just phenomenal.
Oh, man.
Especially now.
Yeah,
It may have been
nowadays.
tough early.
Early, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Nowadays, holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, it's awesome because all the brothers and sisters, we get together. Nieces and nephews, it's huge. We have a great cook, and my brother Joe's an amazing cook. My sister,
But not better
Virginia.
than Denise.
Not better than niece. Yeah.
Make sure you say that right,
Yeah,
man.
Denise. No, not
right.
better than niece. But yeah, we have great food. We get together, we laugh, we catch up on times because we're so busy with our individual lives.
Of course.
My sister lives in San Diego. My other sister's in Beaumont. So everyone's so busy.
And all over, spread out.
Yeah, spread out. So when days like that, so I know I just got a house. So we said on Thanksgiving, we're coming to my house. We're going to get together and have
That'd
an
be
amazing
nice.
time. So,
That'd be nice.
so definitely, but it's amazing time. It's so fun,
Right.
it's so
course.
fun. We love it, definitely.
What do you think your mom would think right now if she could see you, with your wife and see you in your new home? What do you think that would be like for her?
Oh,
just
man.
just share that with us.
She will have the biggest smile on her face. My gosh, just to see everything. It's unfortunate. When she was in coma for 3 months, my wife will visit her and her parents would visit her, bring her flowers for her birthday, and she didn't get a chance to able to talk to my wife, but I know she's watching. I know she sees. I know she sees everything, and she will be just so proud because she always just called me and said, because she always, it's really funny, but she always called me to make sure I put the family together.
Is she really?
Yeah.
So you're the glue.
Yes, she always called me and said, "Bridgie, you got to get the brothers together. Yeah, you're together." So I said, "Mom, I'm trying. It's tough. They're always so busy and stuff like that." But I think now she'll be just so happy and seeing from above and being with us. And I know she's proud of us right now.
So she truly is one of your true heroes. Your mom.
Definitely.
Wow.
Gosh, man, I get my looks from her. I get my height. I get everything from her. So thank God.
Thank God. Well, I think it's great that you have this vision for what you see your life as manifesting because you're doing the work. And one thing about life is we have the dream, you do the work, then you have the manifestation of it.
Definitely.
It's not like you're sitting back waiting it to magically appear. You're not doing that. You're making it happen.
Definitely. I definitely put in the work. For everything I've got now, I know everything's earned. And that's
Yes,
what I tell
it
my
is.
kids. Everything's earned, and you want it, go get it.
Yes.
And I tell kids, don't tell me it can't be done because it could be done.
Absolutely.
So it's amazing. Definitely amazing process.
As you were talking, I was thinking you could really consider like writing a book. I think a book would be a great expression of who you are. We always say in media that your book is your first calling card. It tells people about who you are and what you do.
Yeah.
And I think your story is so rich and so vibrant with and not with the air of victimhood, but with the air of conqueror, with the air of more than a conqueror and success, and how your faith has really brought you to be this great man that you are, that you're really living in greatness.
Yeah.
Not just talking it, living it.
Definitely. Yeah, there's so much to the story. There's so much more, man. I never got into it. Growing through college, I had interviews and they did specials on me, but I was never able to get into the deep stuff.
Yes.
And, a lot of people don't know what other stuff that happened in our family and what I've been through growing up and stuff, but, it's so much more to tell.
Absolutely.
A book will be amazing because
You should really think about that,
Yeah.
because, being homeless, like so many people, when they go through that, they have these stages, what we call of first there's abandonment, and then they go from abandonment to abuse,
Yeah.
from abuse to molestation, from molestation to just straight up power raping of people. Now, the rape is not just the physical rape. The rape is stripping someone of their humanity, stripping them of their manhood or their womanhood, and stripping them of their ability to believe and know that they're worthy. Right. See, once you strip someone of their self-worth, then you have nothing. Then you can make them what you want them to be. And people that become homeless are often, everything is taken away from them. The family has abandoned them. So people abuse them, and then people make them what they are. True. And it's such a tremendous loss when people go through that type of cycle in life. Definitely. However, those who, like yourself, who survive and conquer and rise above, then now your story can help other people understand that Brigham did it.
Yeah.
You might be able to do it too, and most likely you can do it.
Definitely. You know, I think my number one thing was my mom always saying, never feel sorry for yourself.
Correct.
And I use that in life. I use that on the football field. If I'm hurting or anything, or at a job or something, I never feel sorry for myself. And, you know, I know there's someone out there that has worse, you know, off than me.
Absolutely.
So always keep a positive attitude. And some of my close friends, you know, they always say, Brigham, why are you always smiling? Why are you so happy? Right. Like, if I was you and your story, I'd be miserable and upset. I'm like, dude, no, man. I'm happy to be here.
Every day is a gift.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely is a blessing. Yeah. So you know,
I think it's great to hear that you're living this incredible life, and that I believe things are going to get even better and better for you.
So,
you know, I think as long as you live in a life of service and a life of gratitude, how can it not?
Definitely.
You know, everything will show up. It'll show up when you least expect it. It'll be better.
Yeah.
Whatever you think you're going to get, it'll be a bigger house.
Yeah.
You think you're going to have a great wife, she'll be more spectacular, more beautiful, more phenomenal, more educated, more a better lover, better friend, a better companion, you know. Yeah. So I think when we live in that space of knowingness that we're worthy, then everything has to come.
Yes, definitely.
Now, tell us about the Trench Hogs.
Wow, Trench Hogs. I started it, I'll say 5 years ago.
Yes.
I was like, man, I definitely want to get back and help kids out get better in my community. So I started this every weekend thing where I'll train for 2 hours on all like agility drills, stuff like that on the football field. And it was tough because every weekend from January through August, I gave up my weekends. So I couldn't go to Vegas. I couldn't go to certain places because I had kids depending on me.
Yes.
Yeah. So, you know, so God willing, I gave me the strength, and every weekend, rain or shine, we worked out Saturday and Sunday for 2 hours in the morning. And I knew I couldn't let these kids down because they kept coming. So the first year I had like 2 or 3 guys, and the second year grew 4 or 5, and then now it's like 25, 30 kids now. So
that's a lot.
Yeah, so it's a lot of kids now. So I know these kids are depending on me, and they see what I went through and how I got it, because they have to understand. Again, I was an undersized kid,
right.
You know, didn't play football until high school, you know, so I was able to do what I do, and they say, okay, wow, I could do that. I could be Brigham too.
Absolutely.
And I can go to college too.
Absolutely.
You know, so I knew I cannot let these kids down. I knew every weekend, you know, it's okay. My wife right now, she loves it, you know, even though she can't go to Palm Springs on the weekends like we want to,
right.
But she gets up, she's like, sometimes she's like, I want to do something. Like, baby, don't worry about it. It's okay.
Right.
You know, we'll go when it's time. But
exactly.
And now she's out there helping me out too. So
is she really?
Yeah, she's out there taking payments and,
that's great,
flyers out. So she does that. So Trench Hogs is honestly, it was something just I thought it'd be little, help a couple kids out, and then it grew so big, and such a blessing, and seeing kids getting better. I had a couple kids that already got full ride scholarships to universities.
That's fantastic.
I mean, these kids are, no disrespect, undersized small kids, Hispanic kids that not necessarily not football players, but they played so well.
Right. They're athletes.
Yeah, and they caught the attention of colleges, and now I think 4 years from now. So I have my group that just graduated. They're going to Cal University. Andrew Vasquez, a great kid. Ryan Munoz, a couple kids did so well, and they're able to go to college. So
that must make you feel really good, because it shows you how you can take your life and help other people and raise up everyone, reaching back and pulling up.
Definitely, man. It makes me so happy seeing these kids going to college and earning that. It's amazing. These parents had no idea they were able to do that, but they dedicated. And I always tell these kids, and at the end of their practice or whatever training, I always say, sacrifice is your greatest investment.
Yes, it is.
And they sacrifice every weekend. They could have been at parties or doing things, but every Saturday and Sunday they woke up early in the morning, trained, got better for 4 years, and now they're off to college. So
that's the ticket.
It's amazing.
Yeah, the thing that you know as well as I do, when it comes to athleticism, to being fit even, you have to commit. Definitely. You can't do it when you want, because fitness is not stored. You don't do it, you lose. It's like a language. You don't learn it, you don't use it, it goes away.
Definitely.
If you don't eat properly,
Yeah.
You're not going to have a six-pack.
That's right.
You're going to have a keg, but
Yeah, yeah.
you're not going to have a six-pack, So people have to be aware of that.
Yeah.
So Trench Hogs to me sounds like it's about leadership and guidance as well as athletic ability.
Definitely.
You're training really scholars and athletes.
Yeah,
again.
definitely. It's definitely a balance. It's not all about X and O's and all about training. It's about, we have our moments of our teaching moments too about certain things. So it's a great balance, and these kids are really eating it up, and they're loving it. So I'm looking forward to coming back next year for our 6th season of training.
That's
so
fantastic.
Yeah, the parents are already wondering, well, when is it going to start? I'm like,
Right.
geez,
Just hold on. Give me a break a little bit.
So
What about the website? Is there a website for
There's
Trench
a
Hogs?
website. Yeah,
Let's
it's
talk about that.
www.trenchhogs.net. It's a great website. It's a background of all my accolades, everything I earned, about who I am, and then it's about pictures of previous kids and who went to college,
Yes.
stuff like that. It's just a good information website.
So www.trenchhogs.net.
Yes.
That's TRENCHHOGS.net.
Yes, sir.
Fantastic.
Yes, definitely.
Because I want everyone to know that Brigham, of course, is available for speaking engagements. He's a phenomenal motivational speaker. He's a man that is on a mission about making change, and more importantly, about activism and advocacy, really doing what he can to remind people, young men and young women, that whatever your dreams are, you can make it happen. Just believe in yourself, no matter what the situation is with your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters. Even if it's tough, as he said so eloquently earlier, it's tough now, but this is just a moment in time.
Definitely.
It really is about that.
Yeah.
It's about knowing that this space is just this space for now, but tomorrow it'll be better.
Definitely.
You can make it better.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What stopped you from going to a place of victimhood during your childhood? Because that had to be tough. With 2 sisters and 6 brothers and a single mom, in my mind, I know how tough it was with my mother and just a few of us. With 9 kids, that had to be amazingly stressful.
Definitely. Oh man, it was definitely struggle and definitely hard. But I knew I had to keep my head on straight. And I think with God, honestly, I don't understand. Sometimes I'm amazed where I'm at now, because I could have gone a certain way easily. I had so many opportunity to do bad.
I tell everybody, with every choice you make, every decision, there are consequences. Some good, some not so good.
Definitely.
So be careful what you choose.
Yes. And I had so many opportunities to do certain things. And I've done. This is something I'm not proud of what I've done when I was younger, just being young and on my own, because there's sometimes I was on my little GT dyno bike and going to stores, doing things, stealing things or whatever. I did so many things. I had so many opportunities to get in trouble, and I could have gone left. Like one of my brothers, Dadrian Williams, my oldest, he's third to oldest. He was the only one who chose the wrong path, and unfortunately chose drugs, stuff like that. So even to this day, I don't know where he's at. I haven't seen him in years.
Really?
Yeah. So he's the one out of all our brothers, just to make the right decisions. He had again, we out of 9 kids, stats wise, someone's gonna.
Someone can.
Yeah, so he was, it's tough because he had all the ability in the world. He's a great basketball player. He was like 6'4". He was tall.
Oh, real tall.
Yeah, just academically and just made a couple wrong choices and with drugs and stuff like that. So, we all I could do is pray for him, and I hope I see him soon and I can talk to him again. But I know he's out there somewhere, and so I'll be on the lookout for him.
Right. It's interesting. With family, that no matter how much we love our family, we can't make the decisions for them.
Definitely.
So sometimes I always find myself saying that some family members we have to love by a distance.
Yeah.
We can't love them close up because they don't want that.
Yeah.
And they don't believe they're worthy of that love. So until they come to a sense of understanding that, yes, I'm worthy, I'm lovable, I'm a good person, then how are they going to take that love from you?
Right.
Because they don't have it in themselves.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. And it's tough. It really
it's
is.
Very tough. But the good thing is that he's still here.
Yeah.
That's the
Definitely.
good thing.
Yeah.
And then the great thing is that you're still here.
Yeah, definitely.
And that you're making this path, and really, you're the trench hog. I mean,
Yeah.
you're making that trench really
Yes,
deep
sir.
for other people to go through and see that they can do it. This
Yes.
is phenomenal work.
Mm-hmm.
What does the community think about what you're doing?
Oh
there?
man, whenever I go back to my high school town, Hacienda Heights, California, I go to a store, if someone recognizes me, it's a great. I love the whole community there.
Right.
I can't go back; it's too far now. But at times I do go over there and speak to the kids at the high school or the youth there at the Junior American football team. They love it, and it's amazing how it's been over 10 years and they still remember me. So
Exactly.
So
you have that legacy.
yeah, definitely. definitely. So I recently went back to my high school a few weeks ago, and it just the change and how the kids still there, they still know who I am, and it's a thing. So I know, I always tell my kids, now, it's all what matters. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but how will you be remembered? And for me, I feel confident, I feel happy where I'm at, and
because you're doing the right thing, you're living life properly.
Definitely. So
what was it like when you see your teachers from high school, when you see some of those people that taught you? And what do they think about you when they see it?
Man, they're so happy. I remember my English teacher, Miss Myler. I saw her at a game a few years ago, and she was so happy to see where I'm at. And
really,
she always told me, "I saw you on the newspaper. I saw you on TV." I remember all that. She's amazing. She's so happy because I gave her a hard time in school, but in the classroom. But me and my best friend Travis, we had the same story too with Travis. So we gave her hard times, but she's so happy to see where we're at and everything, to see everything come full circle.
It's great, man.
Definitely.
I mean, you got to think your life continues to just expand in such a really powerful, wonderful way.
Definitely.
And it sounds like your faith is really a pillar for you of stability.
Definitely, yeah. Because a few years ago, I wouldn't say I shied away from my faith, but I had so much going on. I had a failed relationship. It was just a bad time in my life, and I knew I had to get back to God. And I got my first communion, my confirmation. I did everything, and I got back with God. And I swear, from that point forward, everything went straight. Exactly. Yes, I'm like, actually, that was a long time ago. Everything it was so awesome to see that happen. So my wife and I, we go to church when we can. We pray together because prior to us getting married, we went to a premarital counseling, stuff like that, and it was an amazing time because we learned so much before we got married and with us, and answered so many questions that we probably had. So the pastor told us, you just pray together, always go to bed happy no matter what. Say I love you every day, and we do that. And honestly, my wife and I, we have the best relationship. It's
fantastic.
I mean, it's amazing, and I always tell myself, that's why my past relationships never worked, because this amazing woman was
waiting for you. Yeah. Exactly, and she was waiting for you.
Yeah, definitely.
That's the great thing.
Yeah.
It's always good, I think. One of my mentors, she told me once, her name is Adele Hodge. Mm-hmm. Shout out to you, Adele. She told me once, talking about relationships, and she said, Levi, when things aren't working for you, you have to remember, you have to let go of the bad to get better. And even when they're even better, you have to let go of the better relationships for the best. Wow. And I thought, what an extraordinarily wise statement, because it reminds me, don't stay for mediocrity. Don't stay in a lackluster relationship when someone really doesn't love me or appreciate me or doesn't want to honor me the way I want to honor her. Sure. You know what? Maybe this doesn't work. Yeah. So maybe you're waiting for your Prince Charming, and I'm waiting for the princess who's going to come and make my life correct, which is okay. Yeah. It's okay to be alone, just to wait for the right person. Right. Because the right person, you already know, because they recognize you, and you really recognize them.
Definitely. Yeah, I knew right away she was the one. I knew it.
Did you really, when you walked in there?
Honestly, honest to God, I knew she was the one. I just had to figure out, I had a game plan. Honestly, I choose my relationships like a football game. Like,
it's strategy.
I got strategized. Okay. And it worked. It worked. It totally worked.
Now, did she know that? Did she say the same thing about you?
And she, honestly, definitely.
Really?
The first night we had our first date, we went to took her to a nice Italian restaurant in Newport, Roma Cucina, a good place. We had a conversation about everything we want in life, and we poured all, everything, and it kind of backfired because I told her everything about me, everything.
Good in the bad.
In the bad. And I knew if she stuck through me after this dinner date,
it's
gonna be okay. Yeah. So we had a couple trips to San Francisco. We had a long conversation. We drove 7 hours, and I drove, and then we had
those drives do it.
Yeah.
Because you had to be in the car with someone, they're talking, they have funny breath, they're farting or something.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. So
we got to take that. Yeah. Man. That's rough.
Yeah. So and I'm telling you, that trip to San Francisco did it, and so I knew we went to Cabo San Lucas.
I love Cabo,
and then,
man.
So I knew this is the place to propose to her.
You knew it was the right time.
I knew it was the right time. Lovers Beach. I did it on a amazing little private beach there, and it was it from there.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I tell you, Brigham Harwell, he's a man who's making life good for everybody around him. Great energy. Really appreciate you being on the show. Definitely. Don't forget Brigham's Trench Hogs is trenchhogs.net. Brigham is available for speaking engagements. Please contact him via, what about your social media, Facebook?
Yeah, I'm on Instagram, Brig UCLA 8493, at Trench Hogs on Instagram as well.
So this, it was great with Brigham, who really wanted to be a Notre Dame player. But I won't say anything more.
I would never forget that game. Man, we should have won that game. Brady Quinn threw a nice pass to, I think, the tight end, and he took it all the way up, and we lost in the final seconds.
And who won?
Yeah, Notre Dame.
Okay. All right. Listen, this is Dr. Levi with the great Brigham Harwell. It was a pleasure having him on the show. And I know we'll get great comments. We'll definitely have him back. And we wish him the best with Trench Hogs. And Brigham is really outstanding human being and a great, great man. So we wish him and beautiful Denise Acuna a great, great marriage, of course, to the new home and new baby soon, of course.
Yes, hopefully.
Absolutely. And again, Trench Hogs, and please contact Brigham because he's just a great human being. This is Dr. Levi. Olympians, keep doing it. And remember, be kind to the veterans and to children and to pets. And remember that every day is a good day. So live in gratitude. This is Dr. Levi. Bye.